Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who currently owns two VHS copies of the movie Sidekicks. It's Adam Hodgins.
I do own two VHS copies of the movie Sidekicks because it's the funniest. It's the funniest visual ever to have a movie called Sidekicks with a sidekick that's the same movie, Sidekicks.
I want you to have a soiree at your home, and I want you to live feed it, and I'll just watch. And you'll have those on a mantelpiece. And I just want to watch the people walking up to it and going, hey, get it? Like, sidekick, get it? Like, people would find joy in that.
So we don't have a lot of parties at our place, but every year we get a big New Year's Eve blowout. And it's like the thing people want to come to. So I'm thinking about getting a window, like a shadow box frame for both copies of Sidekick and having it on the wall and just saying nothing about it.
You should. I will help. I don't know how I can help because we're in different countries, but I'll find a way to help you out with this.
So how I think, what we should do is, so this is all stemming for anybody listening that a new thrift store opened up by my house and they had a bananas VHS collection there. And so I was just sending Mark pictures of incredible VHS collection.
Amazing.
That I found. And just like was giving us pot ideas and just like it was some sweet stuff. And they had two copies of Sidekicks. But Mark, I'm just going to keep going there because I always kind of go there. It's going to be my new stopping ground. I'm going to find two more copies of Sidekicks and then I'm going to mail them to you. And then we'll see the American party reaction version compared to the Canadian party reaction version.
All right. I love it. And then we'll podcast, like we'll do a 15-minute data episode about the Sidekick reaction.
Right.
You know what's interesting is sidekicks, you can't have three of them.
No.
One, people are just like, why does he have sidekicks? But you have two sidekicks, and it's Mitch Hedberg level brilliant.
Right. It's there. It's just happening. So in the same vein, there's this girl in my youth group, and she's kind of awesome. And she's in grade 9, but she has a crazy eclectic taste in music. Like her music knowledge is incredible, and she has really good taste, and she loves like 70s Motown stuff. And so I was like, you would love the movie Roll Bounce because it's all about like 70s roller skating. It's got like a little Bow Wow. And stuff. So I was at a different thrift store because that's my life, and they had a copy of Roll Bounce there for $1. All their DVDs were on sale for $1. So I'm just like going to town. And so I was like, oh, I'll buy a copy of this for Brooke. But then I found another copy and I'm like, I'm going to buy a copy of this for Adam. And then I thought to myself, I want to go and find all the DVD copies of Roll Bounce I can. And then for the entire year, whenever I give a prize out at youth group, it's just a used copy of Roll Bounce.
Great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
A lot of roller skating around you?
No, there's none, which is why it's like it's one of those meta jokes that like I would find funny and the entire group would be like, what's he doing?
It's like someone buys me Eddie the Eagle and you live in Florida.
Right. So do you know, Eddie the Eagle, which is kind of a great movie, at the end, after the Olympics, when he went and did the next game, it was in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Really?
And I was there as a child watching him do that.
Watching him soar?
It was an hour from my house. So I actually saw Eddie the Eagle like live before I knew it was even going on.
So he didn't really soar as in...
No.
But he soared farther than any of us would.
So I would call
that's soaring then, correct?
I think it's more falling with style, to quote Buzz Lightyear.
Got it.
As played by Rutger Hauer.
You know, oh, that was a good one. I almost fall with style. I don't fall much, but I almost fall. And I make it look good.
I can imagine that.
People laugh at first, and they're like, you stayed on your feet. I'm like, yeah, I'm really good at almost falling.
That's fantastic. Mark, I'm going to segue here, and I'm going to say a number.
Yes.
And I want you to tell me, like, kind of like word association, but we're going to do number association. So I'm going to give you actually two numbers, and I want you to tell me what the first thing that pops in your head in relation to Quick and the Dead.
Okay.
Because that's our movie. And before we get into this, I want everyone listening to understand, I next level love this movie. And I love Sam Raimi. So we're going to talk about it. And I in no way want anybody to think that I love this movie. It's brilliant. Mark.
Yes.
Your first number is 48.
That's how many people... Oh, wait, that's how many times that one guy was shot.
No, that'd be amazing, though. Oh. But you're talking about Spotted Horse.
Spotted Horse, yeah.
And I love when he's halfway through his thing, people just stop listening. They just get bored. It's like, and twice in the back, and they just all turn around and go back to drinking. Like, story's too long, buddy.
Yeah, you started hot. He started really good.
Yeah, and he lost them.
Yeah, he didn't build. If he would have built, then it would have... I've been shot twice in the leg, shot twice, and 4 times in the arm. And then he opens up his shirt, and there's like 14 bullet holes.
Right.
All right, 48. One more time. That's
48.
Okay. That is the amount of people that the kid has killed.
No, that'd be good.
All right, what is 48?
48 is the number of quick, dramatic zooms there are in this movie.
You did it? You counted it?
I counted it out.
That's disappointing because it's Sam Raimi. So, of course, there's quick, close-ups, zooms.
Right.
I figured there was about 70,000.
Oh, when you're watching it, you're like, another one and another one. So it's a neat game because when you're watching it for the first time, you're like, is every shot going to be a quick zoom? But then when you're counting it, you're like, when's the next one going to come? And you're like, there's a lot of scenes in here that are not zooming, and I want them all to zoom.
Give me more.
Okay, your next number is 38.
My next number is 38.
Yeah.
Okay, that is. Let me see. So, all right, you're in. Okay, 38. So the number 38. That the number of times that Keith David laughs.
Oh no, that would be a good number. There was a lot of things I was thinking about counting in this. No, one more guess at 38.
Okay, 38. That's all. It's not. It's in the movie, right? 38 is in the movie.
Yep.
Okay, so 38 is in the movie. There can't be that many competitors. 38 is the. Let's see. I can do it.
I believe in you, brother.
38 is the amount of. Man, 38 is. 38 is the amount of times he shines a hole through people's bodies or hats after they've been shot.
No, but I was doing that, but it only happens 3 times.
Yep, the hat, the head, and the body.
Yep. Because I remember there being way too many than there should have been, but it was only 3.
What is it?
It's 38 times. There's 38 shot where the entire screen is just the face of the clock.
Oh, I mean, that's very high noon.
Yep. No, they kept saying like time is a factor here. Like it was a big thing. So it was a very kind of a throwback to High Noon, but also told its own story. But 38 times that clock is all you see.
Wow.
So there's some Mark movie data for you.
Okay. What about how many? Do you have another one?
Those are the 3. So you pulled my 3. Whereas there was 48 zooms, 38 clocks, and then 3 shiny holes.
Oh. So I guessed it without you asking me.
You guess it was, and then the other one, which I thought was going to be big because it was Sam Raimi, and it was like the second shot of the movie, which is where Sharon Stone's on her horse, and it's like a Dutch tilt angle of her face.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, there's going to be so many Dutch tilts in this shot, in this movie. Never another one. It was only one Dutch tilt.
Yeah, he pulled out a lot of his horror movie stops for this movie, but there wasn't much Dutch. He didn't go
wasn't
Dutch.
much Dutch. No, he didn't.
Not much orange.
And so there's a rumor because his trademark is having his dad's Oldsmobile in every movie he's ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a rumor that they took the body off of the car and used the frame for one of the wagons.
I buy it. I'll take it.
So
he's crazy enough to do that.
Well, he says Bruce Campbell says it was in his cut scene because Bruce Campbell had a scene in this that got cut.
Shemp.
Right? It was the only time that he was cut from a Sam Raimi movie. Because I would say this is maybe the most Hollywood Sam Raimi movie, if I could say that. Like, I know Spider-Man was a bigger box office hit, but I think he had more room to flex, like, his Raimi muscles of that one, where this one had to fit into, like, a studio box.
I mean, he had Stone to appease.
Yeah.
Even though she handpicked him.
Right, which is so cool that she was a fan of Sam Raimi.
I mean, she was, what'd you think about her in this movie, Sharon Stone?
So I loved every performance in this movie because it was like there was 11 movies going on right now.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was filming a different movie, but then Sam did his thing where he pieced them all together. Like, there's no way that Lance Henriksen and Sharon Stone were making the same movie.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Right? And so like Lance Henriksen felt more like he belonged in Buster Scruggs.
Exactly. With his outfit.
Well, his whole shtick.
Yeah, his
right?
aces.
The fact that he's dyeing his mustache before he goes into a gunfight. Like, everybody was making huge choices here.
I love the line, though, I love the way Hackman said certain words, too. Yeah. Like, I love how he chewed on that. But I also he's like, you blew a girl's thumb off. Like, he called him out for it. Dude's straight up evil, but he didn't like that.
No.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, so this movie is essentially Mortal Kombat, but in the Wild West.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's an invitational quick draw gunfight tournament. And so people all go to this town. And I'll say this about the town, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the most authentic Western town ever built for a movie or if it was the most obvious backlot build for a movie ever. Like, I don't know what is, because it was one of those two things, but I've never been to a town in like the 1700s, the cowboy town. But it looked really good, but it also looked like it was made in maybe an acre of land, and that was where everything was shot.
Yeah, I mean, they just needed the street.
Right.
They just built everything around it.
Interiors.
Yeah. Like, they only showed maybe the inside of the bar, right?
A couple of rooms upstairs.
Yep. His house.
Yep.
Very minimal.
His house was only the dining room.
Yep. But that was a big build. That was an intricate
build.
I mean, for me, I looked at it and I just said, I get it. It works.
Yeah.
I did not see a fake building like I did in Tombstone.
No.
I was watching, so our 225th episode is Tombstone.
That's a good episode.
Beautiful, beautiful movie. Love the movie. But there's a big scene of dialogue where in the background there's just like Blazing Saddles when they just paint the front of the buildings. There's one of those.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it going, guys, you got to cut. Like, move it. Get it out of there. Get out of there. I didn't say that once in this movie.
No, and I think this, even though it's a big budget, like if you look at, now I know Russell Crowe was unknown at the time, but if you look at the cast of this movie, they got Sharon Stone, who was there any hotter female lead? And I don't mean like attractive. I mean like
she was hot.
More box office than Sharon Stone when this movie came out.
No, I think she was maybe hurting a little bit from The Specialist. But only 3 years prior was Basic Instinct, and then Total Recall. I mean, she was smoking at the time. No,
she's in her prime.
Yeah, we're saying box office.
Yeah, no. Again, for our wives that are listening, we are saying she was a hot commodity.
Yeah, we're not objectifying. We're saying that Hansel is so hot right now because he's so hot.
Right.
Got
so you had Sharon Stone, you had Gene Hackman, who is just like
amazing.
You just print gold with that guy. I wrote down in here. I think Gene Hackman in this movie is one of, if not, my most disliked characters in a movie.
He's so good.
He's so good.
Scary.
You just don't like him.
And but like I'm just repeating myself, of course, because you know me. You watch him though, and every time he gunfights, every time he says something to people, you just go, yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Right? Herod, I don't know, whenever he talks about blowing a girl's finger off, he didn't like that. There's that scene where Gene's like, I gave him a way out. He was my son. It's weird. Like, there's some moments where he's kind of likable, but then he's not likable at all.
Or the scene where he's having, it's raining and he's like, so what are your plans now? And he says, I'm going to make an example of you when the weather clears up.
Yep.
Loved it.
And Keith David starts laughing.
Right. So you had Sharon Stone, you had Gene Hackman, you had Leo DiCaprio. Now this was after Gilbert Grape.
Yep.
So he's already got some traction.
Yeah, so, Academy Award nomination in the bag.
Right, at his age. And so then you got Russell Crowe. Now, this was his first, American movie, right?
Yes. What? No. One was Virtuosity. 96?
Yeah,
this is his first. You're right. This is his first, yeah.
Yeah, because Sam Raimi brought him over, because didn't he do something with one of the Xena shows or something like that? Like, he was in New Zealand?
Yeah, no. He did Romper Stomper.
Right.
In Australia.
Right.
And then that movie got big. Like, people loved it. That's what got him the attention, and then he got brought over here.
Right. So again, this was his first Hollywood, but still, Russell Crowe's there. And then you got Keith David, like you say. You got Pat Hingle, who's hot off the Batman movies as Commissioner Gordon.
Crushed it.
In this movie, we had Commissioner Gordon and Lex Luthor.
You're right.
That's fun.
And Keith David.
And let's not forget Keith David.
And the guy that's been killed by Arnold about 14 times.
Right. And then we had Gary Sinise.
Yep.
Who this is after Forrest Gump.
The year of Apollo 13 too, that he had a big role in as well.
Right. So this is an expensive cast right off the hop. Lance Hendrickson's in there.
I mean, when you're hiring these guys as tiny side characters, you're doing pretty well.
Exactly. So there's a budget in the cast, but you can really see where Sam Raimi took his I can shoot a horror movie on a super small budget if we just are smart about it mentality.
He had to.
Right? So that's why he shot it on a location. You could almost do this. Oh, Mark, do you want to do this? We could almost do this as a stage play.
Easily.
Right?
Yep. I like it. You just got to build a couple storefronts, right?
Yeah.
And then you build kind of an interior bar and then the shootouts.
Yeah, that's exact. And you could do the whole thing as a stage play.
We'll leave out some elements. We'll focus more on the gunfighters.
Right.
Oh. We'll just cast.
That's it. We won't do much of the flashback stuff.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No.
Because her character is pretty interesting with Sharon Stone because she was very Clint Eastwood at first, but then she had moments where she kind of just was, I'm out.
Even to like the cigars she was smoking was the same cigars that Eastwood smoked on Fistful of Dollars.
And then she just kind of ducked out. And then she came back. And then she won the gunfight at the end. I'm kind of thinking, shouldn't she just been able to gunfight him in the beginning?
Yeah, but again, they had to give Russell Crowe something to do. Like, Russell Crowe was a weird leading man in this.
Yeah.
And that he spent the whole movie chained up to like a fountain, but was thirsty.
Dropping water.
Just dropping water. And he was just getting beat up all the time. So he was like, but he was the superior gunfighter. Like, I think if he was healthy, he could have beat Sharon Stone and Gene Hackman.
Yeah, he did Doc Holliday him.
Right, but Gene Hackman, she kept changing the rules.
That was kind of crappy, but people were killing each other in the beginning anyway. But now you just had to kill somebody.
Exactly.
That was pretty...
It's a bizarre concept.
The amount of money, though, in this movie, though, you're winning millions.
Oh, huge, huge money. Like game change, life is forever different money. Yeah,
you're set for life.
Yeah.
But the money was different in this one because there's a scene where Leo DiCaprio charged like $140 some for a gun, and I did the math, and that ended up being like, so if you bought that same gun, which isn't nearly the price, it would have been about $2,500.
Right.
I mean, which is way too much for that kind of gun. So maybe the currency in this world is a little different.
Well, I think, and I could be wrong, but I think in the Wild Wild West, a nice gun was a game changer, and it was a luxury item. So he sold that old rusty gun for $5. So you could afford a gun, but to get a nickel-plated, ivory-handled, like showpiece gun, it's like if I was to go, if you were like, hey Adam, I want to learn how to play the guitar. How much I need to spend on a guitar? I could say, well, Mark, like, if you want to get something that's good and stays in tune and like could be a forever instrument, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, you could go and spend, $500 to $700, and we can get you a guitar that plays nice and it's great. Or you could get a custom shop, hand built. Any of the big companies do it for like $6,000, but that's like an indulgence. So I think the guns he was showing him at first were like custom made indulgences.
And then he gave him the $5 one.
Then he gave him the $5 one. And one bullet. I loved that.
But to get Ivory out there at that time,
right,
to redemption, that is pretty tough.
Yeah, it makes me sad every time anybody says Ivory, because it means an elephant died.
Yep. Well, they didn't care back then. They were just everybody was wiping things out back then.
Right. When my great grandfather passed away, I got his mandolin, which is a 1918 Martin mandolin I got, and it has ivory tuning pegs. And I was like, an elephant died so I could play bluegrass.
So you play Blink-182 covers?
That's right, exactly, on my mandolin. But yeah, so there, it was a lot of money, game-changing money, but it wasn't a focus. Like in Maverick, it's always about like who's got the money and who's stealing the money and what's going on. They mentioned the money, and then very quickly it just became about everybody's grudges and the level of grudge they had.
Yep, and you could pick your contestant. That added some that was pretty fun. I like that element of it.
Absolutely.
No,
that was great.
All right, so basically the rules of this tournament. There's 16 people, and let's say someone challenges you, right? And you win. That means you're down to the round of 8. You can't get challenged again by someone who hasn't fought yet.
Right, exactly. Okay. You can't do a bunch of first round fights.
Got it. Because that'd be a pain in the butt. I'd quit.
Right. So when we run MMFCon, which will be a convention based on all of our podcasts, so we'll get guests to come and we'll do the whole thing. We'll run like a Nerf Quick and the Dead shootout contest that day.
I love it. So no stepping. They just stare at each other, then we'll click it down, and then they nerf.
Right. And then they nerf. Boom.
We got to get some legit Nerf guns though.
Yeah.
Look, we got to get the equivalent of that gun Leo was selling, and we got to put masks on people because I don't want to get sued.
No, you got to cover the eyes up.
Yeah.
No, we'll take all the safety precautions for sure, but also we'll get people to sign waivers, right?
Yeah, true. I definitely, get them to do that. Put some glasses on them. I just don't want our first MFF show to be lawsuited,
No, we want that to happen on number 5 when we've got a little bit of revenue coming in that we can cover the high lawyer costs it's going to be.
We can cut and run.
Right. When someone gets food poisoning because now they're not going to get it because of us.
Yeah.
But they're going to blame it on the Hal Tucker burger, which is not what gave them the food poisoning.
No.
We got to be able to support that.
Like they'll eat the burger, then they'll immediately say they had food poisoning when in fact it takes hours.
Right. But we're going to wait until number 5, MFFCon 5, because I feel at that point we'll have enough traction that we can get Stallone
Yes.
and Rooker to come and make the burgers themselves.
Oh my! And then a Q&A while they're making burgers.
Yeah.
No, your autograph is the burger they make.
Yes.
Oh my god! And then you get to wrestle with Sean Astin.
Oh yeah, you sure do.
Like an ice.
You sure do. Yeah.
I just saw your smile, and we're thousands of miles apart here.
Yeah, no. When you said wrestle Sean Astin, I just we'll have a high school wrestling mat on the floor.
Yep.
Him in a singlet and Bruce Campbell as the ref.
In a jacket, like he's in his icebreaker gear.
The puffy jacket.
Yeah, the puffy jacket. Wait, we can't sell this to Sean. So if we say, hey man, we're just gonna wrestle with you in your icebreaker gear, he'll never go with this. But maybe if we did that sumo wrestling thing, and then people could film it, but we would charge a lot. So it wouldn't just be like Sean Astin's sumo wrestling people for $20 a pop. I mean, these are big, $200 for 3 minutes. Well, 3 minutes is way too much for a minute.
Well, what if we did this? What if we recreated the scene, the kitchen, and then for a lot of money, Sean Astin will reenact the scene with you, so you can take home a clip of you in Icebreaker as if you were playing the henchman.
Yes, thousands of dollars though, because we've got to reset every time.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. The MFF con is not for the skimp in the wallet.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna save for a few years to come to the MFF con.
What if we did this, where we're not charging a cover to get in, but we take a cut from everyone who sells.
Yeah.
Because that means we're getting more people coming in because it's free, and then they're making more, so we'll take a cut from them.
Right. And the whole thing ends with a hockey game where we play with Rob Lowe against other guests.
And can we get Keanu?
Oh, for sure. For sure we're going to get Keanu.
Good. And then, whoa, Tom Hardy. You each get your own lobster tanks from Venom. Yes. That's one of our other episodes. And you get to dive for lobsters with Tom Hardy.
Yep. See, this is the kind of stuff that's going to make our con different than the rest. It's going to be more like everything. There's not going to be many booths selling things. Like, we're not going to sell a lot of things. We're going to sell experiences.
Well,
it's going to be the most tweeted.
Things.
Right. Like, we'll have a booth selling merch.
T-shirts, pins, stickers, quotes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. DVD copies of Sharks in Sweden.
Yep. We'll film, and then after our 15th show, we'll have enough money to make it.
Yeah.
Then we'll be producers.
Absolutely.
Not just associate producers.
No, we'll be the real deal.
Executive.
But we could do a panel with the actors from Sharks in Sweden for the first show and just talk about it.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And but we pay them enough for them to be in on it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, it's going to be an experience all around. And the first one's going to go over because again, we do this out of love for these movies. Like, we talked about Knight Riders because I love Knight Riders. I didn't want to make fun of a movie. I wanted to talk about how much I loved it. So when when our guests see that we genuinely love what they're doing, they're gonna want to come back every year.
And people hey, it's a free show.
Yeah.
People spending money.
To be packed.
You know how much merch we'll sell?
So much merch.
Mountain Burger. We have so many good quips that we got to use.
Know what we should do?
What?
Like, you know how there's the meme where it's like, change my mind?
Yeah.
We'll have Megan at a booth saying Chris Pine is better than Chris Evans, change my mind. And she will sit there all day and just argue with people who think Evans is better.
And if it's a bad argument, she'll just go no.
Right.
And that'll infuriate people. But if they actually bring up something good, she'll be like, say more, and then go no.
Right. And then her ultimate beatdown, she just says the word cellular.
Yep. Hell or high water, and then they're like sunshine, and she's like, that was an anomaly.
Right. That was a blip.
Yep.
On the radar screen.
The Snowpiercer. It wasn't about Evans. It was about the director.
Right. A perfect score. We are not talking about The Quick and the Dead at all right now.
Now, I want to. There's a few things I want to talk about in this movie that we really need to cover. And so in this movie, Gene Hackman has his crew, and they're these guys in black coats. They're basically the enforcers. Right. What do they do?
Whatever Gene Hackman tells them to do.
So they just does he travel? He must travel a lot, right? So they travel with him?
Yeah, it's a redundancy because he's the fastest gunfighter in the West. So what are these guys going to bring to the table?
And
it's like Superman having armed guards.
So for me, Okay, and at the end, right? Superman. Yeah. For me, at the end, Russell Crowe kills his enforcers with 5 bullets. Easily.
Yeah.
So then I wondered, why'd they have to blow up half the town when he could have just done that the entire time?
Yeah, I think it was the element of surprise.
He could have gotten with Cantrell, right?
Well, yeah, I think the only reason they did it was just to throw Gene Hackman off his game.
Oh, okay.
Because he was so lethal, they had to distract that guy, and then they could kill everybody else, no problem.
Those guys got Boba Fetted.
They got Boba Fetted.
His enforcers, they just got wiped out.
Yeah.
And, okay, so the one note in this movie that I did write dumb is when, so Sharon Stone is facing off against Russell Crowe, he shoots her and she supposedly dies. There's some blood, she's dead. But at the end, when he's like, I thought you died. But then you see this kid smiling and pouring out red liquid.
Right.
And you're kind of thinking, were we supposed to have forgotten that she had red liquid 3 minutes ago on her?
I think so. Well, here's the thing that you need to tell the story sometimes to the lowest common denominator. And I've been in movies watching with people and they're like, wait, where'd the blood come from? And you gotta be like, oh no, like the kid sold ink in his like bargain basement of stuff he sold. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are some people that need explaining to them. Mm-hmm. And so I think that it was just that. Like I didn't love it. I wouldn't have done it. But I understand why it happened. The moment that, for me, and I didn't say dumb, but I said, it was in the beginning. Sharon Stone walks into the bar and Pat Hingle's on a stool putting some stuff away. And she says, I'd like a drink. And he just says to her, whores in the back. Yeah. And then she goes, no, I want a drink. And he says,
next doors.
Whores next doors. And then she kicks the stool out from underneath him. He falls. She catches the bottle, does like a flip, and then he ends up sitting on a stool. And I said, that reminded me a lot of the Spider-Man jazz dance from Spider-Man 3.
Oh, and you're not happy to be reminded of that?
Well, I was just like, Sam Raimi maybe going to the basket. One like thought we'd forgotten about Quick and the Dead, but it was kind of the same. Remember he just like the stool moves and stuff?
Now, to be fair, how many people pick up on that reference?
Me, and then you'll notice it the next time you watch it.
So I want to be at a convention with Sam Raimi, and I want you to bring that up to him during the Q&A.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. And what I'll do is I will ask him several questions, but I'll put different disguises on based on all the different gunfighters so I'll do like Scar one time. I'll put Lance Henriksen's hat on one time. You know, I'll do them all. Yeah. Because there was some neat, and I found there was a few different guys who like kept score different ways on how many people they've killed.
Cut their arms.
Cut their arm or put another ace card in the deck. There's always all these like tallies of like, oh, these are the men I killed. I better keep track because it's something important to know. Yeah, I thought that was neat. But every one of the fighters was almost a larger than life character.
I love that about it. I loved all the introductions.
Oh yes,
Scar had the best one.
Lot. Yes, he did. He just walks in and that guy without explanation just leaves. Who I thought was Thomas Hayden Church at first, but it was not.
And then Scar shoots him about 100 yards away.
Yeah, that happened a couple times. When Gene Hackman shoots that guy at the end who's running away during the last gunfight, and then just tosses that rifle off screen, and you assume somebody catches it. It's my favorite moment.
I also wonder why they keep running in straight lines when they could have just cut through the buildings.
Well, because there's only so much like real estate that they built this town on. Like he could only run in a straight line because it was all just soundstage.
Yeah, you're right. I did see that scene. I'm like, just zigzag a little bit. No?
Yeah, bob and weave. Now, did you watch the version? Because there's two versions of this movie. What? One has a scene where Sharon Stone and Russell Crowe get intimate, and one doesn't.
I didn't have that one.
Okay, so it's awful because it's during this rainy night, and he's chained up in like a back room getting beaten up. And she goes to see him, and then they like start kissing and stuff. But all she's wearing is like wet, dirty leather, and he's chained up and bloody. And it's like it's very unappealing everything you're watching. And it doesn't go into graphically what's going on, but it gets enough that you're like, this is uncomfortable. Like I don't like this. So it was cut from the film, and then it was put back in on the extended edition.
There's an extended edition?
Well, all it has is that.
Oh, got it.
They just put the uncomfortable rain scene in.
The air. There's another weird scene where one night she hung out with the kid, and I guess they just had some drinks, And then the other night she was invited to go to Gene Hackman's place. And Russell Crowe's like, last night you were with the kid, tonight you're with Gene Hackman, you're just getting around. And I'm like, what? Like, what?
But the line he says is there any men in this town you're not interested in? And she says, you.
Yeah. They wrote that line. It's funny, but
yeah,
why would he say that?
It's 94, bud. Like, things were okay to say in 94 that are not okay to say now.
I guess this was like 86. But I just like, Russell Crowe, man, like, you're being very judgy.
He is being very judgy.
Like, she saved your life, and you're going, oh, you're going around town? What's going to be interested in you?
But I also think that you forget that he plays a movie preacher, right? Like, he's a gunfighter, but he's also a preacher in this movie.
So he's not good at it yet.
Well, and I take offense to this because, like, I'm a pastor at a church and love people. But it's like the John Lithgow Footloose thing where it's like, oh, preachers need to be judgmental jerks in movies. Like, name me one movie where they like paint a pastor to be, or a preacher to be a good character.
And My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Father Bra is cool. He's
okay,
like
if you got to go to My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, that's a pretty deep cut.
Yeah, man. I mean, no. What about Daredevil, the TV show, the cool priest?
Yeah. I guess that counts.
This is not fair. This is what I hate when people do to me. So I'm like, yeah, in 99% of the movies, this happens. And then someone goes, well, in this movie, they eat 3 clam chowders. And it's like, yeah, this is a one movie. Like, one. There's 16,000 other movies where they don't eat clam chowder, but you bring the one up. Right? So I was just doing that to you. And I'm with you. I know where you're at.
Yeah, so he's got to be a little bit of a, like, judgy preacher in this. Even though he's straight up killing fools with a rusty gun, he gets to be a little bit judgy.
Yep. Not cool.
Not cool. But
he is good.
Trope.
He is good. Yeah, you got to keep these. And this movie's very tropey. I think Raimi relished in this. I also think my favorite shot in this movie, by the way, before we get into it, is when we are introduced to Ace, played by Lance Henriksen, and there's that incredibly long shadow. Yeah. It's the Spaceball ship of shadows. What a brilliant shot.
No, the introduction of these characters is fantastic. Have you seen, Mark, a movie called The Search for One-Eyed Jimmy?
No, I have not.
Okay, so there's this movie. It's like a small independent film, and it's from, I'm going to say, like, 94. It's on Tubi. Okay. But let me just read to you the cast for a second. Yeah. I'm going to read to you the cast list, because I think you're going to watch it later tonight when you hear the cast list. It's got a 6.2 rating on IMDb, released in 94. The cast is Samuel L. Jackson, Steve Buscemi, John Turturro, Michael Badalucca, Sam Rockwell, Nicholas Turturro, Holt McCanley. So it's just like, yeah.
When was this made?
94.
And it's on Tubi?
Yeah.
All right. I guess is Western?
No.
Oh.
It's a Brooklyn movie.
Oh, okay.
Where they're like, so it's like this documentary film crew is going, and they're making a film about like the town they grew up in, but then they can't find this guy One-Eyed Jimmy. So the whole movie's these like crazy characters looking for One-Eyed Jimmy. But the first like 40 minutes of the movie is just introducing characters, very much in this theme and the style of the Quick and the Dead. So like for example, Steve Buscemi's character, what he does for a job is he has a cardboard cutout of Hulk Hogan, and he stands at the corner and he's like, pictures with the Hulkster, $5 for a picture with the Hulkster. And so it goes into him, and like John Turturro is like a disco dancer who did like, it's amazing. You got to watch it.
All right, I'm watching this movie. It's gonna change my life.
Yes.
What about Flat Nose Freddy? Do they ever find him?
They never found him, but so I always wonder when the gunslinger stories are being told, like how many of them are accurately how many really happened. Once Lance Henriksen is outed as like a fraud because it was actually Gene Hackman that killed his victims, I'm like, okay, there's a brag portion of being a gunfighter, and I think that's what's happening right now. I don't know how many people Leo actually killed, because Leo, yes, he's fast, but I think he's almost too nice to be a gunfighter.
Now,
a ruthless killer.
He murders a guy when he shoots him. Remember, he's like, is it me? Am I that fast? Am I that good? He killed Scar, and he had no problem with it.
No, but at that point in time, I think he was so focused on like, my dad will love me.
Yeah.
Will acknowledge me, that I'll do anything I can to make my father respect me. If I got to kill Scar to do it, I'll kill Scar to do it.
He didn't lose any sleep, though. You know, in a lot of these movies where they're like, oh, I got a moral quandary because I killed a guy. He wiped him out and just went, yeah. So I think he's seen a couple things.
He theatrically dropped to his knees and was like, can you believe that?
He's seen a few things, right? Now, I gotta say something funny. Megan came down, and he looks very young in this movie. So he was 21 when this movie came out, probably maybe 20 when they were filming. But Megan...
Leo always looks younger than he actually is.
And so she comes up to me and she goes, why did they let that child enter the tournament? And I'm like, because he's the son. And then, wait, she's like, but what? They're just letting kids do it? I'm like, well, no, he's like not a kid. He's like, well, look at him. And so then I had to IMDb how old he was. I'm like, no, he's like 20 in this movie. I just thought that was funny, that whole question we had back and forth.
The correct answer to Megan, in the world of the Quick and the Dead. I was going to say the Fast and the Furious, but the Quick and the Dead. In that, I would never say this actually, but in the realm of this movie, when she's like, why did they let that kid in there? Your response should have been like, that's nothing. They let a girl in.
Yeah. Girls can't shoot. Or no, we don't let girls in. And then what did Gene Hackman say? I love the way he read it. He's like, we allow girls. How did he read? Do you remember that exact line?
The exact line was, there's no rule against it, but girls can't shoot worth shit.
Yeah, I love that. But I love when he corrects the guy.
Yeah.
I loved that. There's some words that he says in here. Remember when he's talking to Hendrickson? He's like, you killed somebody in like Tennessee. Like the way he said some of these, I kind of loved it. The way he said that.
Yeah.
And I also don't think this movie was good to Sweden.
I loved the Swedish champion. I loved him.
Really? He smushed a guy.
But I want to watch his whole movie.
Yeah. How'd he get there? How'd he enter it? How'd he hear about it?
Who do you gunfight in Sweden?
Oh, there's a lot of it. Trust me. They're big.
Okay, you've been there?
I mean, listen, you know me, man. I know people. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say.
You've seen some stuff.
Especially in Sweden.
This is the exact opposite of the movie with Paul Gross called Gunless.
Wait, what's that mean?
So, have you seen Gunless with Paul Gross?
No.
Well, yeah, I guess not, because he's a Canadian actor who's like in a Canadian movies, essentially, mostly. Have you ever seen the movie the show Due South?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I'm talking crazy talk, but there's a Canadian actor named Paul Gross, and he made this cowboy movie called Gunless, where he is a gunfighter, but then he gets beat up and robbed, and he ends up in this town, and then he offends the blacksmith, or the blacksmith offends him, so he says, when I get better, we're going to have a gunfight. And the blacksmith's like, I don't want to fight you. And then he's like, no. So, but then as he's getting better and nursed to health in this like Canadian town, people are so friendly to him that he like feels bad that he's got to kill this guy because they're like making him pie and inviting him over for dinner and stuff because he's still mending. But he's like, but I'm a gunfighter, so I have to kill him. It's quite a cute little movie.
Nice. This
is the opposite of this, where they just kill for any reason.
Yeah, they're just murdering people.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do backflips.
So I always wondered about like the physics of not the physics of like would a gun blow you back, because I get that there's different calibers of guns and yes, that can happen. But within a movie, the rules should apply all the time.
This is not happening.
So
here.
When Keith David gets hit in the head, he just huge hole blown in his head and he falls down on his face. When Gene Hackman gets shot in the head, complete backflip.
Maybe he was trying to do the backflip already.
To get away, like a Matrix style?
Yeah.
He's going to dodge the bullet. He's that fast.
Some of these guys, they fall forward. Some of them get shot back. Some of them stay standing. And then some of them fly backwards.
Right.
It's interesting. But, you know, Raimi, what he said about this, so he took this movie and he immediately just thought, crap, now I have to shoot 11 shootouts and I have to make them visually different. So
right.
He had the same location, same street, same actors, all of that. And he had to make all 11 look different. And he did. So maybe he felt the need to kind of add those heightened gunshots in there.
Yeah, I can get behind that. And you know what? I can support it.
Makes sense?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's do something real quick. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more The Quick and the Dead. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I was just thinking about this. I love in this movie how when the lady, that's her name in this movie, when Or at least that's what they write on the board for the tournament. But when they're writing their names, just that screech on a board.
Yep.
It's just, there's funny touches in this. This is a very tongue-in-cheek movie, would you say?
Well, I'd say it's very tongue-in-cheek, except for moments of, like, intense seriousness. So there's a moment where Gene Hackman is in the kid's gun shop, or yeah, I guess it's a gun shop. And he's like, look at these hands. These aren't gunfighter hands. These are farmer hands. And you could tell that Leo, like, hates that and that there's a history there for some reason. And he's like, no, farmer hand. And it's like, it's this real, like, tense moment that happens. Or, like, when Pat Hingle's daughter, like, gets, I guess, she tries being a lady there for a night with that guy. And then, like, Sharon Stone, like, straight up kills that guy so hard. And that was a very tense, serious moment in a relatively tongue-in-cheek, fun movie.
And they're running at each other.
Yeah, it was... That, talking about visually different, that was a very different looking gunfight than we'd seen before.
There was a lot of rage in that one, which I kind of dug.
Well, nobody had ever missed until that moment.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess they were running at each other in the rain.
Yeah, no, it's reasonable, but this hasn't happened yet.
Now, if you're a bystander, how are you watching these gunfights?
That's a good question.
Because I watch golf, and there's people that just line up right along the tee. And I think these golfers are good enough not to shank a drive and just potentially kill somebody or maim them for life.
Right.
I would never stand there along, watching people tee off. And if I did, I would be standing behind them. Like, I would not stand anywhere where a ball could potentially kill me.
No, and here's the thing, like, you don't know if someone gets shot and they're falling down and a stray bullet. Like, there's so much room for error in a gunfight.
Yes. I'm watching this from a second story.
I think I'm going to read about this in the newspaper is where I'm going to read about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to stay home
I'll just hang out and behind some thick wood.
Yeah.
And then when they cheer, I'll step out and ask what happened.
Right.
When I hear winner. Because I don't want to be out there when people are coming up from the dead. Spotted horses coming up, shooting everywhere.
Now, The Undertaker, he was the shoveler from Home Alone, correct?
Correct.
He looks exactly like my father-in-law.
Really?
Like, to a T. Like, when one of my friends first met my father-in-law at my wedding, he was like, whoa, I loved you in Home Alone, was the joke he made.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so when I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, it looks just like Carl. It's crazy.
He finds some emotion with the maybe 8 lines he has.
Well, when you first are introduced to him, you think he's going to be very much like a Undertaker from Tombstone, right? Where it's like, how many caskets you need? Get 7 made up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the typical gun, or like Fistful of Dollars like Undertaker. But then he turns out to be like a very integral part of Sharon Stone's past.
He's like, we're all cowards, but we need you. I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for someone.
I loved Gene Hackman's speech where he was like, you keep whining that I'm charging you too much tax, but yet you had the money to hire a professional gunfighter to come kill me. Well, I guess that means that I'm not charging you. And like, I just loved how snide he was in that.
Do you think there's some hurt?
Was my favorite. Well, I think if anybody hires, like, Mark, if I hired someone to kill you, I think there'd be some hurt there. Like, you can't walk away from that unscathed.
No, you're right. But the first thing that came to my head is I would just look at you and be like, come on, man. Why?
Why you gotta play me like that?
Yeah, why?
Why'd you have to Keith David me?
Yeah, exactly. Man, I hated that. Okay. I like, though, that Keith David got his moment to shine. Great laugh. He was there for the people. He actually got his gun. He got his
mustache in the movie.
Best mustache. Oh, by far. He actually got his gun out. I think he got a shot off into the ground before Hackman could get him. But I'm so tired of seeing Keith David die. Stop.
But, did you hear that, Sean Bean he won't take any more roles where he dies?
Yeah, because he's so sick of it. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, because he's so tired of dying on screen. Yeah.
It's like Brad Pitt doesn't want to eat much on screen anymore.
Right. But I think when you're Keith David, you're like, you know what you're going to do? You're gonna die in a movie and we're going to pay you for it. That's what you do. Yeah,
he's a character actor. And they also said you get to act alongside Gene Hackman, too.
Well, I bet you if you look at someone like Keith David, who I would say the average moviegoer probably wouldn't recognize that name, but if you look at who he's acted alongside, it's crazy.
Huge. Big names.
His resume is incredible.
Ben Stiller.
And Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I think. Oh, so I was talking about this the other day, and so Keith David is the guy, like Bill Paxton. We were watching Bill Paxton, and we were watching Edge of Tomorrow, and we were watching him just hold his own. Bill Paxton can hold his own with Arnold Schwarzenegger, can hold his own with Tom Cruise. So if you need someone in a part like this, you can't hire a jabroni. You have to hire a Keith David alongside Gene Hackman. So maybe it is a compliment that they hired him for this role because he had an integral scene alongside Hackman.
Right, but like if you look at the rundown, he was in The Thing.
Yep.
Platoon.
So good.
Braddock Missing in Action, so he's with Chuck Norris. He was with They Live with Roddy Piper. He was in Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze and Sam Elliott. He was at Men at Work with Estevez and Sheen. He was again in Marked for Death with Steven Seagal. He was in like The Puppet Masters, Reality Bites, Article 99, Dead Presidents, The Quick and the Dead that we just talked about.
Requiem for a Dream.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, Eye for an Eye. Like he was in Armageddon, Something About Mary, Pitch Black, The Replacements. Like it's crazy the stuff that he was in. Agent Cody Banks, Hollywood Homicide. Like it's nuts. And he was in The Transporter with Jason Statham, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt. Mm-hmm. Like his resume is nuts, and so you can never take that away from him.
We need more Keith David in this world. But I was so happy. I did not remember him in this movie, so when he popped up, I was so happy. There was a lot of people that didn't remember in this movie. I was like, is Jigsaw in this movie? Tobin Bell pops up.
Yep.
Dog Kelly, he gets killed. I think Lance Henriksen. You could tell he had a lot of fun with this role. I think it seems like Sam Raimi with his actors, they kind of seem to enjoy their parts with him. They seem like they're able to go a little farther than they would normally be allowed to go.
Do you think that he showed up to film in his costume? Do you think he put his costume together himself?
Yes, he did. He's very much so like his Near Dark preparation where he just drove around the country scaring people. He showed up with that outfit.
Yeah. I also like that his coat gets stolen twice.
And his boots.
Yeah.
I love that they all just ripped them off. Why did he enter the contest if he knew he was a fraud?
Well, I think it's one of those things where you start believing your own hype.
Got it. So he was good, though. I mean, he had gun tricks.
Yeah, so the other count I was going to do, but then it got too labor intensive, was I was going to count the number of gun flips.
Oh, my God, that's too much.
Right? But between counting the clocks and the zooms, I couldn't. The twirls were crazy.
You know, they expected the actors to go home at night and practice on their own, and Gene Hackman had some of the most time, and he got best with his gun. He was the fastest on set with his gun, which seems right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if he wasn't the fastest, I would just let him have it, because I'm not going to be faster than Gene Hackman.
Yes.
He's going to hate me.
Absolutely.
And then also, you know they said Joss Whedon did punch-ups on the script?
Did he?
Yeah. So John Sayles and Sam Raimi's original ending didn't work, so they went to Sony Pictures and asked for a writer to fix it. The studio suggested Joss Whedon. So they said they fixed it in one afternoon. So that's unsubstantiated, but I read that several places that Whedon did some punch-ups on it.
But if it was one afternoon, there could have been a whole lot to fix up.
Yeah. I mean, at this time, he didn't do any of the visual styles that Raimi's capable of. Maybe just the explosions, killing those guys, he becomes the sheriff, that kind of stuff. Right. They probably wanted a darker ending, and they sought something a little bit lighter.
So I imagine that she died in the first ending.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, she got married.
I think her story comes to an end when she finally kills Gene Hackman.
And then because that's a bummer. You watch that movie and then Stone just gets wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. And then she gives Russell Crowe's going to be the sheriff from now on. Interesting.
He went from preacher to sheriff.
Preacher to murderer to preacher to murderer to sheriff. I mean, people respect him, even though he blew up half their town.
Is it? Yeah. There's got to be some reconstruction going on there. There's going to be some Walking Dead season 9 rebuilding going on. But is it really murder though if you're chained? Like Mark, if I chain
No, it's not murder. No, it's not. Like they're willing participants, and that was probably the law back then. It was two guys squaring off. So I guess he didn't murder. He didn't murder the 5 guys, but they were going to kill him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, he literally got dragged into this. He was doing his own thing, and they all got burnt down, and then he got arrested. So, yeah, I mean, but what would you say? He killed people?
I would say in the court of law, he would definitely have a self-defense argument. They chained me up. They brought me. They entered me in a tournament where people were shooting at me, and I had to shoot to survive.
I love when he shot that first guy. He shot me.
Yeah, you aren't supposed to shoot me. You said you weren't going to do it.
And all the extras. I love the extra work in this movie where it's like, I put money on you. You better do good. And you don't even know who said that. You just hear random extras yelling things. That made me really smile.
There was a lot going on in this movie and a lot of it that I loved. Like, it felt genuine.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. I mean, I think the props were great. I think the production design was absolutely what it needed to be. And the camera work, we haven't even talked about the cinematographer of this. Do you know anything about the cinematographer?
So I actively did not look it up because I know you always drop cinematographers on me and it always blows me away.
So get this, right? The guy he's won 2 Oscars. He shot Heat.
Okay.
He shot L.A. Confidential. Before this, he did The Last of the Mohicans, which is
the one.
Gorgeous. He did a lot of Michael Mann movies. He also did The Insider with Russell Crowe again. Manhunter. So Dante Spinotto, 2 Oscars. Amazing. I think he and Sam Raimi worked magic on this. And I also love the production designer. Before the production designer did this movie, she did Amadeus, dude. She was the production designer on that's like when you think production design, I think Amadeus. That's all production design right there. She also did Untouchables. And I love this.
I love the Untouchables.
And the reason I love the special effects so much in this movie, it's Al DeSaro. He did Die Hard, Predator, Die Hard 2, Roadhouse, Last Boy Scout. So the people that shot, so the director, the writer ended up writing Traffic, which is pretty crazy. And the writer, big name, nominated. And then you have a brilliant Oscar-winning cinematographer, an Oscar-winning production designer, and then a special effects coordinator that's blown up everything.
Yeah.
So people are working out there. There's not much of I think the budget went to cast, didn't it?
Well, that's what I said earlier, right? He used his horror movie on a budget filmmaking style to make this movie, but then they paid for Gene Hackman and they paid for Sharon Stone and they paid for Russell Crowe and they paid for DiCaprio and they paid like Lance Henriksen. Like the money was in the people for sure.
Yeah, and I think because this is 95 and this is when it wasn't kicked off quite yet. This is until like 96, but this is a time of $20 million paydays and $10 million paydays. So yeah, I mean, I love it though. I think this really helped. Oh, go for it.
So you were saying the props looked so good, but a lot of them were just like authentic antique props.
Yeah. I went through have you read about that?
Well, I read about her coat.
100 years old?
Yeah, it was like a $20,000 vintage like slicker.
Yeah, it was cool looking.
Yeah.
And then I went through, all right, so get this. I went through there's a thing called the IMFDB, the Internet Firearms Database. And they covered they covered every single gun in this movie. And they talked, there's a couple that they didn't like, but for the most part, like they didn't like how expensive one was. They didn't like the one that the Swede was preparing. They're like, that's crazy. But they said a lot of the stuff they used was actually time appropriate. And they made a lot of them
there was one shot where they were Well, there was one shot where they were loading lead balls and putting grease on top of it. Mm-hmm. And so that was a gun made before a cartridge shell came out, and I loved that. I was like, that's a cool moment right there.
Yeah, that was the Swede.
Yeah, I loved his gun.
And he put a pickled herring in one of the things. Did you see it? And a little piece of IKEA furniture in the other.
Yes, because that's what you do with the Allen key shoved in one.
That's how he was tamping everything. So
imagine he had to put his gun together with Allen keys.
Oh man, he'd still be working. Yeah, the Swede wouldn't have entered a contest yet.
Just wait, I'm almost done.
Yeah. So I don't know. I this movie, they put a lot of thought into the guns. I think they put a lot of thought into the wardrobe. Everything looks suitably gritty. Scar looked nasty in this movie. Russell Crowe.
The teeth work was incredible.
Yeah, disgusting. He looked good. I mean, Sharon Stone with like the kind of outfits that they wore, the kind of dirty, but not totally dirty, then go crazy on that. Yeah, this movie was made with a lot of great names in it. The script isn't strong at all. This is style over substance for sure. Do you agree or no?
Yeah, 100%. A lot of the dialogue felt like we were watching a stage play.
Yeah. A very frustrating one to shoot. That's for sure. But Sam Raimi crushed it, man. That shadow bit, the 70,000 close-ups, going on, the one Dutch angle. I mean, the shots of the clock. I mean, I think this made him a better director because, so, you know, he made Darkman. He had that movie already under his belt, but this one had real A-list stars, Oscar winners, and it had an obvious budget. It had producers, and he had to produce. And somehow he found a way with a tiny set and 11 of the same locations for gunfights, and he made it interesting. He made it work. So I think this really helped him later on.
He is good at his job. Like, what was the budget on the first Evil Dead?
14 cents.
Right. And he made that a very watchable movie. Like, sometimes you watch the first like if you watch El Mariachi, right?
Uh-huh.
You forgive that movie because Desperado's so good. Like, and you're like, yeah, this is good, but it's filmed on videotape, and it's his first movie. He had no budget, and so that kind of explains it. But Sam Raimi with Evil Dead, it's like a kind of a legit watchable movie.
I guess I give Robert Rodriguez a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt, just simply because he had to sell a lot of his body. Like, he experimented on himself to raise the funds. And the Dead guys just kind of went with their dentist fathers and got the money, and other like people in Michigan. So I think I think that probably had. But I know exactly what you're saying. That's an unfair comparison. That's the 99-1 again. But do you want to guess how big this budget was for Quick and the Dead?
Yeah, I'm gonna say with that cast in '95, I'm gonna say it was $70 million.
So 32. But I guess if we count inflation, we could probably kick it up to 55. But
But I was thinking, like, was Stone making like $15 million at the time for a movie?
Okay, let's give her. Okay, so at the time, I know this is bad, but we were really hearing about like the paychecks for the like men's paychecks at the time. But let's assume Stone she produced. So let's say she put everything together. She got $10 million for this, right?
Right.
So
what's Hackman get?
So is he's not an A-lister. He's an A-lister at the time, but he's not
a leading man.
$7 million, right? So 17. Okay. Let's give DiCaprio 3. Let's give Russell Crowe 2. So right now we're at like 20. So right now, is that like, I think we're getting there, man. I think this movie, he had to shoot for a ridiculous cheap amount of money.
Yeah. So, and when I said 70, I was thinking that Stone made a big payday and Hackman made a big payday. That's what I was getting on.
I mean,
right? Gene Hackman made like bank for Superman, and that was years before.
Yeah, you're right. Cause he had been so hot. Cause he had already made, Bonnie and Clyde and everything in the 60s. So when Superman came around, he was a big name.
Right.
So, this is almost an indie for the amount of money he had left, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of money left.
And he crushed it. I mean, he made it as he made this movie as visually interesting as he could have, I believe. He did everything that 100%. He could with the time he had. And I dug it. Yeah. And I think everyone was really involved with it. I think everyone rode with it. I think Sharon Stone liked the script. She really supported it. I read somewhere online that she got her stand-in fired because the more her stand-in was getting more attention. I'm like, that's unsubstantiated. I don't believe that.
No, but that'd be crazy though if a stunt double was getting more male attention than Sharon Stone.
Well, they're on set all the time. That's the reason why. I think because the stand-ins, it was a stand-in, so the stand-in's on set all the time, and so Sharon Stone was probably producing and dealing with everything else, so she's on set. Mm-hmm. But then that means I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I don't buy that rumor, Adam.
No,
I'm selling it.
I'm gonna go on record saying, not my Sharon Stone.
Hey, so anything else you want to cover before we get into our Sam Raimi dream project scenario?
So I'll just say that as far as 90s cowboy movies, where there were some good ones.
Oh yeah.
This one feels separate in that it's a little bit more timeless because Sam Raimi does, like, it's clearly a Sam Raimi movie.
Wow.
And that was my big takeaway going back, rewatching it. I was like, oh, there's those quick zooms. There's the tracking, camera shots. There's like, he has he's such a style guy that this becomes more of a Sam Raimi film than a Western.
And I also think this movie probably still has more of an allure, just like you said with Raimi. But if you and I had never heard of this movie, right? We weren't cinephiles when we were younger because we probably watched everything. And you and I just came across this one day, like a used DVD bin. We're like, what, directed by Sam Raimi? Wait, Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe, Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Keith David, Lance Henriksen? Like, we would buy 8 copies of it.
It would be just like what happened earlier today when I told you about We'll Search for One-Eyed Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly. No, this movie, right? I don't know. I think it holds up well. I think it's still a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching this. I watched it in 95.
So fun to watch.
I watched it in 95 and I had a lot more fun now. And I think I had more fun now because I know Sam Raimi's movies so well, as opposed to when I was 13.
Exactly. So I want to say this is the first Sam Raimi movie I ever watched.
Where? Oh, wow, really?
Well, because in 95 I was 14.
Yeah.
I hadn't figured out like what The Evil Dead was yet, and so the other movie would have been Darkman, but I didn't watch that till after I watched this movie. I remember that, and so this would be my first exposure. So I didn't know what Sam Raimi movies were.
Got it. I think mine was Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And then,
well, maybe I watched some Xena and Hercules that he was kind of a producer on, right?
Yeah, Rob Tappert and him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
but know what's sad about this though?
What?
Like you were saying, the budget was $35 million. The box office was 18.6.
Yeah, it didn't do well. I also think this sort of came at a time in 95 when there weren't too many more Westerns after this, were there? 95 wasn't too big. So you had the big craze in the early 90s.
Where you had like both Wyatt Earp and Tombstone. You had Unforgiven. That was 95, right?
Unforgiven was 92.
92, right. And then there was, what was the one with all the girls in it?
Yeah. Bad Girls.
Girls. Yeah, Bad Girls. So that was kind of a thing. Well, and then there was like
Oh, sorry, go for it.
I was going to say Silverado was 89, right? So that was kind of the beginning of it.
Yeah, Dance with Wolves, 90. You had 89, Young Guns, Unforgiven, 92, Tombstone, 93, Wyatt Earp, 94, Quigley Down Under, Posse was 93, Geronimo was 93, Maverick was 94, Bad Girls was 94, Wagons East was 94, City Slickers was 91. So I think just 96 was the Cherokee Kid with Sinbad. But I think at that time, I think at 95, people were just like, I can't do another one. I just can't do it. Now, what do you think?
I agree with you 100%. But in that list of movies you just rambled off, one of my top 10 all-time favorite movies was mentioned. Other than Tombstone. So 2 of my all-time favorite movies you mentioned in that list.
All right, so it's either Maverick or it's either Dance with Wolves or Maverick.
No, Quigley Down Under.
Really?
Have you seen that?
No, I have never seen Quigley Down Under.
Oh, dude, Alan Rickman.
And and then Tom Selleck.
Yeah, it's so good.
Simon Windsor did it.
Yeah. No, it's like a legit super good movie.
I just see the mustache and I'm like, I don't know.
No, and it's like Quigley Down Under, and it's like a weird name, and it's like Australian because he's down under. But give it a shot. It'd be a fun one for you and Megan to watch together.
Quigley, all right, sounds good. And then we can talk about it one day on the podcast.
I'd love that.
All right. Hey, so how about this? Want to jump in to do our Sam Raimi Super Squad?
Yeah. So what we were going to do is we were going to do I wanted to say one more thing about the movie before we go in there.
Yeah.
I think one of the most Sam Raimi moment in the movie was when he does a montage just against a black screen. It's like a black background, and you just see like an actor or like a gun. Like I was like, oh, he's cutting costs and making it look good at the same time.
And I wanted to know more about those guys who were getting shot.
Yeah. Like where's this leading to?
And I like how Gene Hackman laughed when the guy shooting the double pistols killed the guy. Gene Hackman's like,
right.
Yeah. Love that scene.
Yes. Okay, so our list today was going to be if we were going to offer as a studio, much like we did for Carl Urban, if we were going to offer Sam Raimi a 7-picture deal to sign exclusively with us, what would be those 7 pictures we'd offer him? And so it can be a totally original concept, or with just like a concept and an actor, or it can be a reboot. But we're going to offer him at the end of this conversation 7 pictures. What are they going to be?
Can I start?
I want you to start.
All right. I got a movie called Bozo Rodeo.
Bozo Rodeo. I like this already.
And it stars his buddy Bruce Campbell as a rodeo clown, and he's just sort of towards the end of it. And somehow he gets pulled back into it to help other rodeo clowns. But basically the movie is just a chance for Sam Raimi to beat the living daylights out of Bruce Campbell one last time.
Can the tagline be, it just isn't funny anymore?
Yeah, there it is. And it's just, and you know, we all know that Bruce, like Sam Raimi loves kicking the crap out of Bruce Campbell. So in this deleted scene in Quick and the Dead, he had Pat Hingle kick the crap out of Bruce Campbell because he's like, yeah, this is a stunt guy, just kick him. So the entire scene is Pat Hingle kicking Bruce Campbell. So Bozo Rodeo is just a really gonzo kind of comedy where Bruce Campbell gets the snot beat out of him. And that's, I love it. Like $30 million, just pummel Bruce Campbell for 3 months.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
I love that. So here's what I got, and this is, I love that your start was an original concept. I love that. I went a little bit different with like the most studio move you can do to offer a director. I want to offer him the Ryan Reynolds helmed spin-off from Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, I like that. So directed by Sam Raimi?
Directed by Sam Raimi, starring Ryan Reynolds, produced by The Rock. And it's just like a third-tier spin-off from it's a Hobbs and Shaw spin-off of like, but it's a prequel of like Ryan Reynolds after The Rock has left his platoon, trying to be the new leader and trying to be Dwayne Johnson of the crew.
Oh, I love that. Getting his tattoo.
And you can just let him go. Right, getting his tattoo. You can let him go, and that's the very last scene is he's like getting the tattoo.
And he just get to live in. He gets schnockered for 2 hours. He would just get beat up.
Right. Yeah. But you could do whatever you want with it. There's no rules. It's not like it's going to be a Fast and Furious movie, but it's in that world. It's a triple spin-off, so it's a little more loose. And I think Sam Raimi could flex his muscles a little bit.
Oh, I love that. All right, so I got a weird one for you.
Talk to me.
Solo 2.
Solo 2.
So he gets I love the cast of the original Solo. I love everyone involved. Bring in Sam Raimi. Give him $100 million and just go. Because they'll make that money back. And he'll make it. He'll do fine. He made that Oz movie and it made $1 billion. So Disney like him. Just give him $100 million. Let him write a fun script. And I think these people would work to the best of their abilities with Sam Raimi making this movie. Yeah.
I love it. No, I'm going to say on that line of thinking, because clearly now he's in the Disney realm, and this is a very real moment. So if anybody, if Kevin Feige's listening, give him the Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh, yep.
He's proven he can do it with Spider-Man. Nobody wants to touch Fantastic Four because it's twice burned, 3 times burned if you count Roger Corman. Give it to Sam Raimi. Let him do the MCU version of the Fantastic Four.
I love that.
Like if you look at the Russo brothers, they did their Captain America trilogy, right? Which was just Winter Soldier, Civil War, and then Infinity War and Endgame. That was like it was really a Captain America trilogy they did, and they nailed it. So give Raimi a shot to do a chunk of movies like that.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Wouldn't he do a great job?
Yeah, he'd crush it. We need that movie right now.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for mine?
I love it.
All right, so it's a movie called Who's at My Door?
Okay.
And it stars Jane Levi. She's from Don't Breathe, Suburgatory, and then she was also in I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. She's also in the Evil Dead remake. She's the main star in that. Right. And now this movie is essentially, it's like Scream meets Evil Dead, but she's just fight and meets Stranger. Wait, was it Stranger on a Phone? Phone on a stranger butt dialed me. What's the name of this movie? When a Stranger Calls.
When a Stranger Calls.
So it's a mixture of those 3 movies, but it's just her fighting entities coming into her house, and she's just getting beat up. Because I'm telling you, Sam Raimi loves beating up on his people. So it's him, but then it turns out that Tobey Maguire is the Billy Zane-esque Demon Knight villain.
Oh, I like that a lot.
So he's trying to get in, and he has all these forces, and she's fighting him off in her home. And I just love the name, Who's at My Door?
That's incredible.
But like a comedy-wise, when they say Drag Me to Hell, they play it like have fun with it. So Who's at My Door is my next one.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so mine would be a big screen adaptation of a 1970s television show. It would be starring Tom Hardy, and it would be The Fall Guy.
Ooh.
Right? So you said it a number of times tonight. I was biting my tongue. I don't want to give this away, but he loves knowing that guys are stuntmen. So what would be better than a movie about an out-of-work stuntman who solves crimes on the side?
Wow. An out-of-work stuntman who solves... It's like...
Well, he's not out-of-work, but he's like a freelance stuntman.
Yeah.
So he gets to go and do movie stunts, but he's also like a private eye on the side.
I love that. With Tom Hardy?
Yeah, as the Fall Guy.
That's my favorite thing I've ever heard. Yeah. I love that. I just want to see Tom Hardy and Sam Raimi get together. It'd be a match made in heaven.
Right? Oh, it'd be so good.
All right, so this is for selfish reasons, but I want a movie called Escape from Hell, where Alison Lohman's character escapes from hell, and she's just being chased she's being chased to be brought back to hell. So it's just her trying to find that button so that she can give the curse back, but she has to do it in a finite amount of time. So it's like Crank, but with Alison Lohman. Her husband directed that, actually. That. Like, so she's just trying to get a button back to reverse the curse that was put on her because she escaped. And it's just all the, like, Justin Long's back, all those cool people. There's another goat. It's just her running around trying to reverse the curse.
I love that.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, I got Topher Grace, because he knows him from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
In a remake of Flight of the Navigator.
Wait, who is he?
He plays the kid, so it'd be like, instead of being a kid there, it would be like, because Topher Grace looks really young, so make him like 21 out of university, Flight of the Navigator.
So Topher Grace playing 21 years old, flying around in a plane?
Well, like a silver teardrop.
All right, this needs to happen.
Right?
I want this movie. Just put Topher Grace. I like Topher Grace. I like the audacity of this.
Yeah, just like he was a kid, now he's Topher Grace.
Okay, I got another one. I got another good one for you.
Okay.
So all these animated movies are happening now. Do Spider-Man 4, but make it an animated movie and have all the same voice works come back.
Dude. You could do a sequel to Into the Spider-Verse where they go into the Raimi Spider-Verse.
That's right. And he directs it.
That could legit happen tomorrow.
They want him to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, that's incredible.
Right.
That would be so good. It would make, and then you could tie in like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. You could tie in like Tom Holland Spider-Man. It would be amazing.
You're loving this idea.
Oh, that's my favorite idea of the night. Animated Spider-Man 4.
Oh, that makes me happy, man. Which one you got next?
Okay. So I have a couple left here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna save this one for the last one because I think that's where it needs to land. I would like to see Sam Raimi direct the Thundercats movie.
Whoa. Yeah.
Like a real earnest Thundercats, like, and done in the vein of like Guardians of the Galaxy, like it happens in space and then they come to Earth, but like just a real like sweet Thundercats movie. Let him go for it.
Do you think he would care about the Thundercats, or would it be a Sam Raimi Thundercats?
I think it would be a Sam Raimi Thundercats, but he kind of does the thing where he takes his material seriously, but doesn't take himself seriously.
Got it. I like that.
So yeah, Thundercats movie, and it would be starring Vin Diesel as Panthro, and it would be starring Jason Momoa as Lion-O.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? He's kind of got that mane of hair.
They wouldn't even need to dress him up as Thundercats.
No, he just shows up, and they're like, "Yeah, you look enough like a tiger."
Put him on set. We're just gonna green screen him anyway.
Yeah,
I love it. Thundercats, and that's live action.
Live action.
Oh my goodness! All right, you want to hear mine, which is crazy? Deep Blue Sea 2, and it reunites LL Cool J and TJ Thomas Jane.
Yeah,
imagine that.
That's a good one.
And
that's good.
Some escaped, right? And so they're back at it, going at them.
Yeah. No, that is 100% amazing.
$100 million budget.
Would they tie in? Could you tie in?
The Meg.
Jason Statham's character from the Meg.
Well, that Meg wasn't a real megalodon. It was created by the same people, and that's why it had just gotten under there. It wasn't down there for billions of years, millions of years.
Down there for a week.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, those have been floating around since '99. That's it. Of course.
Love it.
Of course, Jason Statham's in this, but he's not taking over the franchise over TJ and LL though. LL and TJ are the crew, and they team up with Statham for a little bit. That's my only caveat.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All right, I love it. What do you got? Oh, sorry.
I have Sam Raimi doing a remake of The Rocketeer.
Oh,
right, that kind of era film. It has a Campbell connection because Bruce Campbell's cousin was the lead in it before. But it could be a sequel, it could be a reboot, but I think he could handle that kind of material very, very well. And the man who's going to be in the Rocketeer outfit just for Megan is Chris Pine.
Oh man, I almost just yelled Megan. I almost brought her in here. That's perfect. He would pull off. He would have a lot of fun with it. I think the special effects would be good. Really good. It would be a blast. That'd be a blast of a movie. I mean, I love The Rocketeer. We did an episode on it. I think I adore the nostalgia of it and what Joe Johnston did. I just would love this. I would love to see Sam Raimi's version.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 12. So we each got to do one more each, right?
I have one more. Yeah.
I have about 40 more. So I just got to pick one here. See what I want to do.
Okay. 40 more. So I gotta pick one.
I picked so many. I was just going and that. Okay. So I want to see him do a Deranged Dozen movie. The Deranged Dozen, where he takes a bunch of, it's Dirty Dozen, but it's a good Suicide Squad. He's taking a bunch of if Predators was good, basically, The Predator was good. He takes a Dirty Dozen, Bruce Campbell's in there, of course. Let's throw 100%. In Tobey Maguire. Let's throw in Alison Lohman. Let's chuck in Michelle Williams and Rachel Weisz. Let's get some Zach Braff in there. Let's chuck in some Keith David. And then we'll throw in a little bit of Franco. And I think we got a pretty good movie here. They're the Deranged Dozen, and they're fighting these supernatural things. So they're all kind of crazy, but they're battling that. But this movie, they're supposed to be like suicide missions. This one, he actually wipes out a ton of people. It's not like, the Suicide Squad and all of them live. This one's like a Deranged Dozen, and they're just battling things out of the control, and it gets gnarly. It's like Constantine, but a Dirty Dozen movie.
That sounds like something he would excel at.
Yeah, that made me happy. I thought a lot about this, man.
That's good.
After the Stern talking to, I did a lot of deep thoughts.
Mark, this is we're not fooling around here.
All right, what's the last one?
So speaking of not fooling around, I think it would be incredible. Thomas Jane starring in Thank You, Bruce, the Bruce Campbell story.
Yes. What? Thank you, Bruce.
So it could be a heartfelt, I'm going to tell Bruce Campbell's story of his rise up as a stuntman into acting. And then throughout the movie, though, he could recreate all of Bruce Campbell's famous Sam Raimi scenes with Thomas Jane playing the part.
I love it. I'm a huge DJ fan.
It's a love letter to Bruce Campbell from Sam Raimi.
Oh, I like it. This is fun. Dude, we're not going to be able to cut. Oh, okay. I think I could cut Solo 2. What do you think?
Yeah, Solo 2 we could easily cut. I think we could cut Flight of the Navigator. I think it would be a hard sell.
Wait, how about this? I'll put Topher, whatever movie makes it, we'll just throw Topher into.
Okay. Could Topher play a younger Bruce Campbell and TJ play an older one?
Yep.
I Love You, Bruce.
Okay, so I Love You, Bruce we'll pick.
Okay, but we'll put Topher into that one.
All right, so Mr. Grace is in that. So it's I Love You, Bruce. Which other ones did you love in here?
I loved the Dozen one, of just all the ramshackle nonsense. I loved that.
Okay, the Deranged Dozen. I want to see the Fall Guy.
Yeah, the Fall Guy with Tom Hardy would be brilliant.
It's a stuntman detective.
Yeah, we can cut Thundercats because I feel that's a pretty cookie cutter thing, and he would have the least amount of stamp on it.
So since we did I Love You, Bruce, I'll get rid of Bozo Rodeo.
Okay, so there's a Bruce moment in there.
Yeah, because this movie would have just been him getting he'll be in Deranged Dozen, and he'll just get the snot beat out of him in that one.
So kind of like when he did his performance in the Human Cannibal movie.
Yeah, exactly, Cannon Fodder, which we're going to cover on the pod.
Right.
It got him a Golden Globe nomination.
You know what? And it's those little independent films where Bruce really shines.
He's great in that one. More people need to. Well, I think our pod will really set it off. I think people learn a lot more about it. All right, so we'll get there. We got 3. We got I Love You, Bruce, The Deranged Dozen, The Fall Guy.
Let's cut the Ryan Reynolds spin-off movie because that was the least specific one. That was more of an open-ended book like Sam Raimi Do the Magic.
Got it.
And so let's get that one. As much as I want to see that, let's get it off the table.
I want to see his Rocketeer with Chris Pine.
Yes.
All right, so we have that. So now we have Deep Blue Sea 2, Escape from Hell, Who's at My Door, Spider-Man animated movie, and the Fantastic Four reboot. Okay, so we'll put both Spider-Man and Fantastic Four in there. Those need to happen. I think he would finally make that good. Yeah. Right, and but the Spider-Man thing mostly needs to legit happen soon. All right, so now we have Who's at My Door, Escape from Hell, or Deep Blue Sea 2. Deep Blue Sea 2, no questions asked. I like it. Let's do it. Because I just want more of that world.
Yeah.
I think Drag Me to Hell is perfect, so I don't want that being wrecked.
Right.
I kind of want to see Who's at My Door, but we could maybe add an 8-picture deal if he's happy with it.
Right. If he wants to renew his contract, then it becomes Who's at My Door and Thundercats, right? Like those are the ones that are in the clause.
I love it. So we have I Love You, Bruce, starring Thomas Jane and Topher Grace. And then we have The Deranged Dozen with Rachel Weisz, Michelle Williams, Alison Lohman, Keith David, Bruce Campbell. I threw in a bunch of other names in there. I don't even remember. A little bit of James Franco, a little bit of Thomas Hayden Church.
Right.
This is a great cast. And then The Fall Guy with Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah.
The Rocketeer with Chris Pine. Wait, who would be Neville Sinclair, the Dalton role?
Is Bruce Dern still acting?
Not really.
No, so that wouldn't work.
We need a younger, vibrant. Like he was very Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I hated it so perfect.
Yeah.
And what about, let's see, who would be a good Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh?
Yeah.
Who would be a good Jennifer Connelly?
Peggy Carter.
Haley Atwell. Done.
Haley Atwell. Yeah.
Sold. Got that. Then we have Spider-Man the cartoon because yes. Fantastic Four with Bruce Campbell as Mr. Stretch. I'm joking. with him as the Thing.
Bruce Campbell would play Stan Lee as a cameo.
Oh my gosh. I think, okay, so Chris Pine would voice the Thing, but they would put Bruce Campbell in the suit. Just to piss him off.
Just to get him in there.
Just to make him mad. Oh yeah, we'll record your voice. And at the end, Deep Blue Sea 2 starring TJ and LL featuring a nice, all-around spot by Jason Statham.
Right.
This is perfect. We nailed it.
Beautiful. That's the deal right there. You sign that deal any day of the week.
We changed the world. So we got
every one of those movies I would legit watch right now. No jokes.
I might write a post about this just somehow to get all this out there because the world needs to see this.
Yes.
Right.
We should start a Twitter campaign. Raimi would be fantastic.
Yeah. And all these.
Right. But Fantastic Four specifically, get them on that. Because if he gets Fantastic Four and he gets in that world, then the next Spider-Man movie just happens.
I mean, Disney likes him.
Yeah.
He made him a lot of money.
You got that Mickey Mouse money going on.
That's right. Well, this was fun, man. Thanks for coming on.
No, it's always a blast, my friend.
It's great having you. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Adam Mad Dog Hodgins, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.